Alright guys, it is that time again for some pickups. Got loads of stuff to show you guys from yesterday's retro game haul. And here it is. I'm not going to show too much, I'm just going to put some stuff down here. But I've got some really nice titles to show you guys from yesterday's haul. But before we do that, I'm going to show you a couple of PSP games that I actually picked up from CEX. It was on my lunch break a couple of days ago. And my auntie actually picked up one of these when we went out, and I think you guys may have seen it in the video. This video, if you haven't seen it, I urge you to go and check it out for one of the most amazing Super Nintendo bargains I've ever come across. Go and watch the video, I'll link it in the cards. Back to this, picked up Sega Rally on the PSP. Now I played a lot of it on the PSP. I think it was on launch, my friend had it. Bloody love the Sega Rally series. Really awesome little racer. And for me to say that is, I would say, pretty bold, because I'm not a huge racing kind of girl, unless it's something super cheesy like Mario Kart. But this actually, you know, I don't know what it is, I just love the arcade feel. And usually when we go to arcades, me and Jess and anybody else that's with us, we will always look for a Sega Rally arcade machine to kick ass on. We kind of like create our own little tournament. I don't usually do too badly in it, I will say that. There used to be a really good Sega Rally cab up in Morecambe, but it's gone, and I don't remember if there's one at the arcade club or not. But if there's not a Sega Rally arcade club, we'll find the next best thing. And I've had a ton of fun on this series as a whole. And this was £3 on the PSP, so not too bad in the slightest. So again, the PSP games that you're seeing are from CEX. We've not even got to the cool as F haul that you're going to see from yesterday. So, thought I had this game, so I kind of held off on it for quite some time. Classic franchise, Lemmings. Bloody lovely box art, I will say that. Really nice box art, front and back. And inside, might I add. I do love internal box art when you know, with games that the case isn't shut. I wondered why they'd put a sticker to hold it together. But really classic franchise. You've got to get your Lemmings from A to B with minimal deaths. Knocking down obstacles, creating new kind of bridges. Really love the franchise as a whole. Used to play it a lot back on the PC in school, way back in the mid-90s. I say way back, I'm not that old at all. Early 30s. So yeah, really used to love this, playing this at school on a rainy lunchtime, dive into the CDT blog, playing it on the PCs, and also on the Amiga as well. I think Lemmings for me comes into its own on the Amiga, but never played the PSP version. I'm sure it won't be that much different. Those guys are my two PSP games. Let's take a look at some awesome Game Boy games and a kick-ass Dreamcast game. First up then, nice box complete copy of Crazy Taxi. Bit of work to do to get that sticker off on there, but like I said, this is box complete. Again, don't see it around much in the wild, and it's one of those classic staple Dreamcast titles. Really is a ton of fun. You know, it is what it says on the tin, Crazy Taxi. You pick people up, you drive them from their origin to the destination, and things just get a little crazy. Love it, tons of fun, just makes me smile, and I don't really know what else I can say about it other than I'm sure plenty of you out there have completely played this and you know about this franchise. But if you haven't, if you've never played Crazy Taxi, I want to hear from you in the comments. Urge you to go and pick it up. Again, like I said, it's a staple Dreamcast title, and I knew instantly, you know when you kind of go into a store or you're on a market and you just think, I know I'm taking that home with me. That was one of these games yesterday. Super stoked to pick it up. Next up then, got some absolutely sick Game Boy Color, Game Boy iteration games to show you guys, and we're going to bring it in with Micro Machines on the original Game Boy, nice and box complete. Box isn't in too good of a condition, but I have been harping on about the Micro Machines franchise in other pickups videos recently, and I think I talked about it again when I did this video here about my Sega Mega Drive collection, as obviously that was a kind of console, the Mega Drive or Genesis, that I played a lot of this on, the Micro Machines games. So again, I've not played it on the Game Boy, but you know what, again, it's a little bit like Lemmings. It's a bit of a cookie cutter franchise. I found when you've played it on one console, you've kind of got the general vibe. You've played it on most of them. So this is really nice. Like I said, box is a little bit tatty, but nonetheless super stoked with Micro Machines. Next up then, guys, and you may be surprised at some of these awesome little titles, picked up Game & Watch Gallery 3 on the Game Boy Color. Box is in sick condition, absolutely sick condition. I'm just going to kind of read the back just here for a second. So it says the classics are back. Relive the excitement from earlier years of Nintendo games. This action-packed cartridge is the third compilation in this highly successful series, with classic games like Donkey Kong Jr., Super Mario Bros. And amongst others. All games features include both original classic versions of the game as well as a modernised edition with updated graphics. So you're getting quite a bit in this, and I knew that as soon as I picked it up. I think the box art just really popped for me when I saw it yesterday. Paid a £5 for this, guys. For these Game Boy games, I paid a £5 for them all. So that's the kind of surprise with this, is they were super cheap. Really stoked to get that in my collection because I've never actually owned it previously. Next up then, another classic franchise. I got Super Mario Kart, Mario Kart Super Circuit. I'm thinking Super Mario Kart on the Super Nintendo there. A little bit tongue-tied. Again, box isn't in great condition, but it is a flipping super strong up there Mario Kart title. I can't think of a weak Mario Kart game. My cat's crying outside. I can't think of a weak Mario Kart game, and I think for me this is right up there in probably my top 3. Might do a separate video talking about the Mario Kart franchise actually. Really solid game. I think I'm going to get a lot of hate here, but one of the ones that I enjoy the least is Double Dash on the GameCube. I don't think it's necessarily a bad game, but just couldn't gel with it, couldn't get on with it at all. But let me know what your favourite and worst Mario Kart game is in the comment section below. I always love hearing from you guys, so make sure you guys comment. Next up then, guys, remember £5 Game Boy Advance Color Yu-Gi-Oh! Dungeon Dice Monsters. Little, like I said, GBA title. Now, never played it, but I do like to kind of look at kind of Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! Titles, because I do think they hold quite a lot of value, especially if you're a collector. This seems to me to be like a little bit of a board game kind of title. Not typically something I would dive into. You know, I mean, obviously we all know Monopoly. I do enjoy playing Monopoly on a video game, but I haven't really played many other board games through, you know, like a PS4 or a Wii or a GBA or a, you know, any kind of console whatsoever. So if you've actually played this, let me know what it's like. Again, don't see it around that often. Box isn't in overly bad condition. All of these have, this actually doesn't have a manual. I thought it did, but it doesn't. But nonetheless, that's fine, because I think a £5 is a pretty fair price for it. So there we go, guys. You've seen some of the pickups. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate the support. I'm working flat out to really try and make good content and varied content for you guys. So it would really help me out if you could subscribe and share the video with other people. Make sure you hit that little bell next to the subscribe button so you get notifications as to when I upload. I do 4 videos a week plus plenty of streams, so loads of content. I love this community, I love my channel, and you guys are just awesome. I've met some great people, and I just always finish a video by saying thank you so much. Thank you. I've got loads of plans for the games room. Totally out of room in here. Me and Jess are kind of crammed in here. So fingers crossed we can move soon. But I'm going to leave it there, guys. Have a beautiful day. My name's Gemma. Take care. See you soon.